Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, Magnetic Reversal News, Shinrin Yoku, and Yurt Life, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Wednesday, February 14th, Valentine's Day at 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time 2024. Still more snow to come for the northern tier and the northeast. Keep calm. It's boom time. Talk about snow. New York City gets clobbered by the biggest snowstorm in 2 years. And we have some of the ridiculous snow totals for Connecticut, New Jersey. We'll just take a look, as well as New York. 15.5 inches in Farmington, Connecticut. 15.2 in West Hartford, Connecticut. 15 inches in Sussex, New Jersey. 14.8 in Montague, New Jersey. Newton, Connecticut, picking up 13.8. What do we got? Bethel, Connecticut at 13.2. Peekskill, New York, 13.1. And you get the picture. Dozens of regions over a foot of snow as a fast-moving storm to blanket the Great Lakes and the Northeast in snow on the heels of the last nor'easter. Yes, a clipper system is currently bringing snow to the Dakotas and will continue to push off to the east Friday morning. Right on its heels is another storm that will bring more snow to the Interstate 95 corridor and the East Coast. Here is snow still to come through in the northern tier through Sunday. Take a look at Pierre, South Dakota, wide swath of 5 to 8. That is already on the ground as this system is going to move east through the weekend. Here's the full forecast, tracking a fast-moving storm crossing the lower 48 this week. 2 quick-hitting Pacific storms will impact much of the West Coast with periods of heavy rain, mountain snow, and gusty winds through the weekend. Downstream to the east, 2 fast-moving Clipper-type storms will race from the northern Rockies across the plains to the northeast U.S. and mid-Atlantic with areas of rain and accumulating snow through the rest of the week. Winter storm watches and warnings are out in a strip across the upper 48, including the Sierras, which will be picking up some hefty totals. Unfortunately, my forecast models are not working today, so we won't be able to see them till tomorrow. Now, bad news, the vast majority of California flood victims won't be covered by insurance. Another reason to leave the pitiful state of California. Avalanches block roads in China again. Holy macaroni. Across China, snow has been the theme since late January, with at least 35 locales breaking all-time depth records. After a brief reprieve, many regions are back on high alert with yet more snowstorms expected this week. 13 avalanches were noted on highways, according to the area's management committee. Holy macaroni. So they're getting pummeled over there in China. Seismic update. No quakes of note. We did have a 6 magnitude in Chile at a depth of 22 kilometers. Probably no effects there. Another quake here in Micronesia, 6 magnitude. But overall normal activity. Did have some aftershocks on that Mexicali, 4.7. So still rumbling there and rattling nerves. Most recent quake here on the Pacific Ridge at 5.1. Worldwide volcano news update. White's Island in New Zealand, low-level steam and gas emissions continue. We also have Popo to 19,000, Santiaguito to 14, Fuego to 15, Sungay to 20. And a powerful explosion. Take a look at that at Merapi earlier today. Holy macaroni. Beautiful shot there. The Reykjanes Peninsula, the hazard map for the Grindavik area has been published as uplift continues, and they're predicting an eruption there in the next few weeks. Reventador to 16,000, Sangay to 22, Semeru to 14, who knew? Now you do. Popo to 20,000, Santiaguito to 19, and a beautiful shot of Sangay. Emissions of ash and lava flow continue. Tucono on the list at 10,000, Ibu as well, and that is going to wrap up the list here. So that explosion at Merapi went to 12,000 feet that we showed you the picture of, and that is Worldwide Volcano News. Space weather is simmering down, and the geomagnetic storm that never came. Well, it did. It arrived back here, but never really developed into anything, and never really developed into a geomagnetic storm. Highest KP at like 3.6, and that's it. And that's all she wrote. As the sun, Let's take a look at the latest HMI intensity. Is peppered in sunspots that are doing very little. So that's the state of the sun. Everything in C range today. And no geomagnetic storm has developed. Looks like we're getting a little bit of a shift in the phi angle, but nothing significant here moving speed or density. Now, when is the next comet? Well, there is a huge cometary schedule for 2024. Take a look. We've got Comet C 2021 S3 Pan-STARRS. We've got 12P Pons Brooks, 13P Olbers, C 2023 A3, Tuchislan Atlas, 3-star baby, 3P Linear. And let's talk about Tuchislan Atlas. Could this be the next great comet? Well, it certainly may be the brightest comet since Hale-Bopp, which is all the way back in 1997. It could get so bright that it could be brighter than the brightest star in the night sky, Sirius. Here is a list of its positions for the Northern Hemisphere from September through November. It should be a November to remember. Now, what makes this comet so special? First of all, it's expected to grow a beautiful tail because, well, according to this, it's going to be melting off all the ice. But if it does get a beautiful tail, it means it's in fact an electric comet which has no ice. In addition, it will favor Northern Hemisphere being perfectly visible there. The last time an exceptionally bright comet was visible from the northern latitudes was in 1997 when Hale-Bopp lit up the sky. And there it is, lighting up the sky with what is called a horsetail effect. Speaking of effects, Bitcoin went boom, hitting 52,227 while we're watching. A new all-time high, and it is going straight up, apparently, to the moon. Take a look at that. The movement's just happening in the last few minutes there. Wow. So I hope you all got into crypto years ago when I told you so. And that's a boom to knowledge. Please share this video as we are shadow banned. We need your help to grow. Become a Patreon. Support the work we do. We love you. Be safe. And remember to meet Leah and I in the San Luis Valley at the San Luis Valley Seed Exchange, March 30th and 31st. Coming up, just about 6 weeks. Be safe.